All right, we now have the ability to parent one node to another. Let's go ahead and give the ability to unparent a node. Remember, by unparenting a node, what does that mean? That just means it is a root level node. That's all. And to do that, all we have to do is call upon that node's setParent method and send null to it. It's as simple as that. So really, all we need to do in this particular case is create a command unparent class, and then inside there, verify that the argument's length is 2. You need the command, which is going to be unparent, and you're going to need a single node. And that single node is what you will set its parents to, null. Of course, once we have verified that we've got the right number of parameters, the next thing we're going to do is set up a reference to hold the transform node if it's found. So we'll do a quick find to see if we can find argument sub 1. If we find it, we'll dump that reference back in null. And if it's not equal to null, we will simply set its parent to null. Otherwise, we'll echo out something like could not find the specified node. And with that, that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and code that in.
All right. Well, once again, let's add a new command. So a new item, once again under the command template, this time called command unparent. All right. First thing we need to do is make sure that we have 2 arguments, because we have to have the command and the node that we're unparenting. So if arguments.length is equal to 2. Because if not, then we have an error condition and we can set the output. So output equals...
You must specify a single node.
Single node. All right. If we did have the correct number of arguments, the next thing we need to do is look up the given text and see if it is an actual transform node. So this gives us a transform node reference called node, where we look up the transform node using find, and we feed find the argument sub 1. And then if that's found, we cast it as transform node. And if this ends up being not null, so if node is not equal to null, we have indeed found a node.
Okay.
So we can take that node
and set its parent to null.
So node.setParent null. Otherwise, we didn't find the node, which gives us another error condition. So we'll set the output to invalid node specified.
Yeah, it just could not find specified node.
Not find the specified node. And then append to that the node name that was attempted, which is argument 1.
Perfect. All right, now let's go ahead and register this command.
So back in the command manager, let's add a new command to the editing section. This time a command unparent, bound to the word, or the text, unparent. All right,
let's go ahead and build, make sure everything builds fine. And it does. Let's go and execute. And actually just go ahead and unparent sphere.
All right. Unparent sphere.
Ooh.
That unparented the sphere, and sphere now resides back at the root.
Now parent group to sphere.
Parent group.
A couple more back.
And we need an R.
There we go.
And group, parent group to sphere.
And let's set up. Ooh, that's fantastic. Working great.
Now let's check something a little bit more complicated. Let's see if hierarchies survive on grouping, or unparenting. What if we now unparent group?
Okay.
Will the hierarchy of Spotlight being parented to group survive? Unparent group. And list. And it does.
Perfect.
Spotlight is still parented properly, while group has now been unparented from sphere.
Okay.
We could test some of the error cases. So unparent by itself must specify node. Unparent cat could not find the node cats.
Okay.
And let's see, was there any other error scenario that I can't remember at the moment? We have invalid and
that's pretty much
single. So I mean, that's really the only ways to mess up the command.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Okay, so that is going to wrap up the unparent command. Thanks a lot.